Stop forgiving people anyhow. Scientists have proven that Moses was right. An eye for an eye, tit for tat. I'm going to prove it to you with the experiment that they used to find it out. It happened in 1980. But before I show you for free, click this plus sign to follow me and click the share button to share. Many people need to see it. Share it to your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook, and your religious group. This is the name of the scientist, and he's still alive. His name is Robert Axelrod. He's 85 years old. In 1980, he came up with a game and invited the best computer programming teams to come and compete. Out of all the teams that came, it was 14 that competed, and out of the 14, somebody won. This is the guy that won. His name is Robert Rappaport, Anatole Rappaport. To prove that his strategy works, he actually lived up to 95 years old. He died recently. Real life legend. So what is it about? This scientist said that Robert Axelrod, he gave these games a number of points, let's say 14 points each, and they're supposed to play among themselves. The one that came up that accumulated the most points, they will look at the strategy it used, and we can now apply it to real life scenario. Okay, so it was a tournament. Okay, and in a tournament, after giving these games the points, they play against each other. Now, each of these teams had their own strategy. The one that won was Rappaport's game, and the way it won was simple. It was the simplest game. It was only 75 lines of code. In programming, if you're a programmer like me, you know that 75 lines of code is something you can do in one afternoon. All right? It's not a big code. So what did this game do? So the different game has different strategies, but the one that won, what it was doing was tit for tat. It's called the tit for tat strategy. So it means that when you meet people the first time, you treat them nicely. So the game was treating the other games nicely first. Okay? You give me your point, I give you my point. Give me your point, I give you my point. But if you switch and decide not to reciprocate the good thing that game has done for you, the game will reciprocate by not doing good to you again. So if you treat the game bad, it will treat you bad. If you treat it good, it will treat you good. And the game has forgiveness. So if you treat it bad and you come and treat it good, it forgives your earlier misdoings and then treats you well. So the game basically starts out good and copies your strategy for life. And if we apply it in life, so at the end of the tournament, this game was the one that won, right? So if we apply it in life, it means that when you meet new people, try and treat them well first, okay? Do the best you can to treat them well, but then you become observant. How they respond to your good deeds. If they decide to treat you bad, you show them shaggy. You show them shaggy. You deal with them. If they deal with you, you deal with them. If they take out one eye of yours, you take out the other eye of theirs. An eye for an eye does not make the whole world blind. Do you understand? As long as your enemy is still keen on taking out one of your eyes, be ready to take out theirs too. That's tit for tat. Moses was right. 3,200 years ago, Moses said an eye for an eye. He was right. Exodus 21 verse 24 says, an eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. If you actually read this passage from verse, I think 15, you will see that God is the one that gave Moses these words. Moses did not just come up with it. If you read the passage, most people misinterpret this. An eye for an eye also means treat me good, I treat you good. It's not just about retaliating bad. But then I watch your strategy. If you treat me bad, expect me to treat you bad too. This is where most good people forget. Now, when people treat you bad, you're supposed to copy their strategy. So this is the chart. It says, okay, this is the tit for tat strategy, the way the game thinks, all right? It says, if you're, okay, we start out nice, okay? We'll never cheat first, okay? But then if I realize that you're cheating me, I'll retaliate, okay? Then I see you cheating me, then I cheat you too, all right? And then if you ask for forgiveness, I forgive you, and we continue as normal. You see? So it's a forgiveness attitude, all right? But also has a retaliatory tendencies in it, all right? Ready for retaliation, okay? They say if you want peace, prepare for war. So some of you now, the people you are helping are just cheating you, all right? They are cheating you. Somebody that you're helping at home, you're spending all your money. Let me tell you something, right? Some people you are spending your money on actually have a lot of money. There was a family that the father of the house was really sick. He needed surgery. He had about 4 children, and they need to raise money for the surgery. All right. Now everybody was struggling to raise money, and guess what? The one that had the most money did not bring out the money. She had it all saved up until the father died. She said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know." And this was the one that they thought was poor, but she actually had money saved up. So many people you are helping today, they are just taking you for a ride. If somebody is taking you for a ride, you have to switch up and take them for a ride. People need to appreciate the good you're doing. That's what it means. If I do good to you, I have to keep an eye to see how you respond to it. If you don't respond properly, don't expect me to do good to you again, okay? If I greet you well the first day and I'm sure you heard me and you refuse to respond, tomorrow I'm not going to greet you back. I copy your strategy immediately. But then if you treat me well, I copy your strategy and treat you well. But also, I will be willing to treat you well the first time before you even treat me. Do you understand? Before you message me, I'm willing to chat you up first. Before you call me, I'm willing to call you. All right. But after placing 2, 3, 4 calls on you, and I see that you're not calling me first, I copy your strategy. Now we've entered tit for tat mode. I'm never going to call you again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Somebody said that she had a group of friends, very close group of friends, and one certain time she fell ill, seriously ill, and was taken to the hospital for many weeks. And she purposefully decided not to chat up her friends. Surprise, surprise, none of her friends checked up on her, so they never knew she was desperately ill. Because all the time they were in that relationship, she was the one powering it. Tit for tat. Adopting it is going to save your life because you can tell really, really quickly when people are taking you for a ride. People should not take others for a ride. If you're in a relationship where your efforts are not being reciprocated, all right, you have to copy the person's strategy. Stop putting in effort. Kill the effort. You know, good people always think that if they keep doing good, somehow everything is going to be fine. Yeah, it works out, but eventually to be really good, you have to be ready not to take nonsense from people. People that you're dealing with need to know very clearly that you are just going to mirror their behavior towards you. I have friends that I've been getting jobs for. Every few months, I call them up and put them in a better job. At some point, I realized that, look, these people are not calling me to give me my own opportunities. So I stopped calling them. You go find your job yourself. I only give jobs to people that I know that they can reciprocate. All right? I copy your strategy. You have to learn to copy people's strategy towards you in any business dealings, in any life relationship dealings. Learn to copy strategy and maintain your steez until they turn. If they ever turn back, if people come to ask for forgiveness, remember to forgive. Not to lower your guard. You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes some of this forgiveness can lead you into a trap. Okay? Remember to forgive. All right? Still be cautionary, but treat them the next way they decide to treat you. If you offend me and you ask for forgiveness, I'm forgiving you immediately. That's tit for tat. Please share this video because some people are good to a fault that they forget to copy the negative behaviors that others are doing towards them. They need to see this video. All right? So click this plus sign to follow me. Click this share button to share. And if you're looking for a way to grow back your baldness, look at me. I have my hair back now, and I used to be bald 3 months ago. So just inbox me, so I'll give you the link to get the oil I created to cure this.